Hey, hope your day's going great. This is gonna be step 1 to get to like step 15. What we need to do, this nursery greenhouse right here, we need to turn this into a bigger nursery greenhouse, but we also need to, in the process, move all of our compost all the way over there. So I've done a video before on compost. We've composted our own veggie scraps in so many different ways, and I think this is the best way to compost. It's using these, the metal fencing right here, tied together however you want to tie it together. You can see it right here. And then layer in wood chips with different material, and we're just using our kitchen scraps right here and some of the stuff that we have left over from kimchi. So you know, it works itself out. There's no magical formula. People will tell you all kinds of magical tricks and rules you're supposed to follow. Me and Janine were just talking about when as soon as rules, you just don't follow rules, just do what works best for you. So we have one right here that we've been layering and one right there we've been layering. When we're done, we just disconnect both of them, move them over, and then fill the new part up. So that turns it and gets air and water and all that good stuff to it. Simple as that, guys. We are standing where our new nursery greenhouse is gonna be. Trying to reclaim all of the wood from the old. There's my wood that has screws still stuck in it. So I'm in the middle right now of making a nice, you can see a nice pad of wood chips. All right, today we have a big chunk of this greenhouse that's gonna get built. Yesterday I built the outside wall right here. We're more than doubling the size of our nursery greenhouse. First step, organizing all of our leftover lumber, moving our trash pile, and I'm gonna set up a station in case it rains over here where I can saw some things. It's gonna be a good build. We always have this quest to not waste anything. We like to reuse, we like to recycle. One of the things that you can really do to cut costs whenever you're building something is to use materials that you already have. Right here, you can see we have a big stack of all of these, you know, 2x4s, 2x3s, some decking wood, and we have a bunch of screws that are in there. Some of them are stripped. So this is when some of these tools come in handy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spend about 45 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes. I'm gonna take all this hardware off. This is all wood that was from our other hoop house. And this wood is still amazingly good to use. We're gonna use all of this. And we're not only gonna use all of it, but we also have gate hardware that we can reuse. And then I'm going to come over here and put them in like piles. So you can see short scraps of 2x4s. I'm putting my 2x3s there. Pallets are going all the way over there. Windows, they're kind of out here. They're all different places right now. These are going to be my 2x3s. Decking, furring strips, all of these are going to be able to be reused. So I'm not going to have to go out and buy a ton of stuff. I think I've spent about $150 more on doubling the size of our nursery greenhouse. We have to get planting. Next week is the last few days of February and the first week of March. We are planting everything. So we need to make sure that we have everything ready to rock and roll by then. We're gonna be taking some of this hardware out. After that, we're gonna put them in piles and then we're gonna start building. All right, guys. There's an extremely important piece of equipment that's not that expensive that is really good to have, and you don't have to get an expensive one. A cut saw. What's cool about this is you can get different blades for this. This blade right here is, it just cuts through metal. So this is what I'm gonna use to get those screws out of the lumber here that I have. The screws that I can't get out, that are stripped or that are buried in too far, I'm gonna cut them off so they're not in the way of my new build. Very dangerous tool. You need to be very careful using this, but it chops through metal like butter. So it cuts it right off. It's really important that you inspect every board really good. I almost threw this board, this 2x3 over there. See, when the screws get bent and you can't reuse them, that's when you use this to cut. Took me about 25 minutes. This is what I'm talking about when I say you take a little bit of time and you can save a ton of money by reusing material. So I got all the screws and all the metal parts out of 15 2x4s and 15 2x3s. We have we have 4 8-foot decking boards, 2 10-foot decking boards. We have all those furring strips that we use to put the plastic in. We have our door that I'm going to reuse that I need a plastic over. And of course we have all of our windows that we got for $10 each on Craigslist. I don't talk about this often. We are in a residential community. We're zoned residential. There's no possible way for us to ever change our zoning to agricultural or farm. It limits us as a farm. What I mean by it limits us as a farm, not only by space, this is why, once again, we're called Rootbound Farms, but it also limits us as far as grants that we can't get. We can't apply for grants because of our zoning. But for right now, we have to reuse material. And we have to build with that material what we can. We are reusing everything. I'm gonna start building the structure for this right here, and you guys are gonna follow along. I've placed just regular old hinges on the sides. Just for right now, I have done this to keep the windows in place. So these windows actually swivel out. Okay, so right now you can see they come out. Both of these will open up. And I'm gonna have to find a way to actually keep them out when they're out. And a better way once the plastic is on. I'll probably leave that. I'll probably leave these little catches on the top, these little homemade catches, so it doesn't fly open. But you can see this is coming together quite nice. The next part right here is I need to make a door that goes here, and then we're gonna continue with the windows going around. This week, plastic has to go on here, windows have to be finished, and I have to finish this entire greenhouse in order to get planting in here. So we have a big job ahead of us. We're gonna be rocking and rolling. Let's do this. All right, so I got the metal bracing up here for the rafters. You got 5 on each side. Now it's gonna be time to measure to be able to find out the length of each one of our rafters. Let's do some math here. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Actually worked way better than I thought, and I think we're gonna have enough of a pitch of the roof that rain won't have a problem coming off. It's gonna be pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited about this. Worked out perfectly. The only problem I think now is gonna be running out of 2x4s. So we're gonna make a door coming in right here, and I like using these kind of hinges. They're spring loaded, so when you open the door will bounce back. Okay, and heavy duty. These are really nice. I'm reusing these. These are from a gate. These furring strips are very inexpensive from any kind of lumber store. They're about, what, 3/4 of an inch by 1.5 inches. Really inexpensive. This is what I'm going to actually use to put the plastic on, but you can see I actually used it up top too to lock the window into place, and I'm going to also use it right here at the joining of the two windows to be able to put those together like that to actually get out any draft too. As you can see, the door's coming together, looking nice. I need to now put a stud right here so we can latch the door closed. No big deal. We're gonna rock and roll it right now. It's time for us to put the greenhouse plastic on the roof part above where I installed all the windows on our greenhouse. There's a little bit of uncertainty right now. Once again, for some reason, we received a complaint to the town of La Plata again because we're building a structure in our backyard. And whoever the person was that complained, or the people, actually there were multiple voicemail messages left on the voicemail of one of the inspectors, or the town inspector. And the town manager reached out. Listen, I'm starting to get very frustrated, extremely frustrated with people in our neighborhood not minding their business. I can see piles of wood chips and compost, people not wanting to see that. However, what I'm building here, to me, is a beautiful reclaimed lumber greenhouse. We're inside it right now, and it has windows going all the way around that are beautiful. I think I did a decent job. I'm actually very proud of myself. So we're in the process right now talking with the town planner, and we filled out the permit for the building because it's over 200 square feet. So this is the deal, what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to plastic the roof of this, which kind of seals the deal. The greenhouse plastic that we order is like $300. So, and I have two of them. So one of them will fit exactly on this roof. And then I need more for the bottom. So I was planning on using the whole greenhouse plastic for the top, and then some of the second one for the bottom. However, here's the deal. If I go ahead and do this, and for some reason we have to take this down, if we keep on getting a lot of complaints for some reason because our building looks unsafe, I'm going to tell you right now, I could stand on this roof. All of this roof is going to have to take as greenhouse plastic. I'm sorry, it's just going to have to take the weight of the greenhouse plastic. It doesn't have to take a big load. However, if we continue getting a lot of complaints and a lot of issues and we can't get a permit, what I'm going to do is I'm deconstructing this whole thing. I'm going to make two greenhouses, and they're both going to be under 200 square feet, so nobody can say a thing. If it's under 200 square feet, no permits needed. So this is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to start getting the greenhouse plastic out. I'm going to lay it out, start putting it over the roof, and spread it out, and hopefully you guys come along for the ride. All right, please do me a favor. If you're ever getting plastic for your greenhouse, make sure that it's at least 6 mil. Okay, that's the thickness. And make sure it's UV protected and it's made for greenhouses. Don't get this stuff from Lowe's. Guys, we are just about finished up doing our greenhouse build. We actually are finished with the greenhouse build. I did not get a lot of video. I didn't get a lot of video of the ending part of it. Some of the video didn't record, and sometimes videoing just gets in the way, and it takes a lot more time to be able to get things finished, and we needed to get this finished quick. So you can see, I also built a fence all the way around out of pallets. Once again, use what you got. Coming through. Right here, today I planted about 50-foot row of red Pontiac potatoes. And here's the greenhouse, guys. We have a little flap right here for any kind of intake we need, water, things like that, so it doesn't pinch it off. Here it is, guys. We have a little cold frame right here that I created for us to grow things in. As you can see, Janine and I have been super busy today. We have planted a lot. We're still working on it, but this is it, guys. This is the original part that we're standing in right now. And then over here's the new part. We have a lot of windows that can open up. This is going to make it possible for us to grow during really cold months as well. I put a little spot up here for storage to get things out of the way. This actually serves two purposes. A lot of times when it's real hot, the sun is real bright, this right here can serve as a little bit of shade for all of our seedlings too. Still need to install another fan in here and a few other things, but our goal is to have this all the way filled up all the way over there too as well with seedlings. Thank you so much for watching this. I know it wasn't very detailed. I just kind of wanted to bring you guys along for the ride. All right, once again, thanks for watching. Please do me a favor, like and subscribe. Share with anybody that wants to see any kind of content like this. It would help out tremendously. Thanks for watching.